Yeah.
Hi, everyone. My name is Gabe Gordon, and I'm with Bonner Realty, and I'm here today with Taylor Pokrant. Taylor, can you introduce yourself and tell us what your role is with the Borough of Grove City?
Sure. So my name is Taylor Pokrant. I'm the assistant borough manager for the Borough of Grove City, and I am responsible for administering the sewer lateral inspection program, as well as zoning, code enforcement, and serve as the borough secretary. But specifically for the sewer lateral inspection program, the borough administers that not just within the borough limits, but administers it on behalf of the borough of Harrisville, Mercer Township, Springfield Township, Pine Township, and Liberty Township. All of those municipalities are connected communities to the Borough of Grove City.
Great. Awesome, Taylor. Thanks for joining me today.
Of course.
The goal of our meeting today is to talk about the sewer lateral line inspection program and that ordinance, just really to get the word out to homeowners in our communities of what this is, where it originated, what the purpose is, really just to get some more familiarity with the new ordinance. So can you just start off with talking a little bit about the history, how it came to be, anything related to that?
Sure. So to provide you just a brief history on how the borough ended up adopting this program, as well as all the other connected municipalities. So several years ago, the borough has had some sewer backups, primarily in the Edgewood Avenue neighborhood and that portion of town. As a part of that backup issue, the Borough of Grove City was and currently is under a corrective action plan with the DEP that requires the borough to make sewer improvements within the Borough of Grove City to help address that backup issue, not just in that neighborhood, but borough-wide. So as a part of that, the borough commissioned an engineering firm to do what's called an Act 537 plan special study. And as a part of that study, the borough is making improvements to the sewer system, starting in that Edgewood Avenue neighborhood. The borough is doing upgrades to a sewer lift station that is located at the dead end of Hillcrest Avenue and located behind the medical office buildings there. In addition to that, the borough is putting in a new forced main line from that sewer lift station to a sewer line interceptor that is down by Wolf Creek. So that will help with the sewer load in that area. As a part of that Act 537 plan special study, the borough was also required to address infiltration within our sewer system. Infiltration is groundwater into the sewer system, whether that is from deficient sewer laterals or sewer mains, or it's from connected sources such as downspouts, sump pumps, the like that would transmit groundwater into that system. The issue with groundwater in the sewer system is that during storm events, the sewer system is overloaded with volume, which then causes the backups that we had referenced at the beginning.
Wow.
So as a part of that, the borough adopted the sewer lateral inspection program. So in addition to the improvements that the borough was making, we did start a program. It does require a homeowner to have their sewer line cameraed and pass prior to selling or transferring a property within the borough,
Okay.
with the exception of spouses. So
Okay.
death, divorce, or marriage is exempted, but if you would inherit a property from a grandparent or a parent, you'd still have to go through this process. As a part of this process, you do have to have it completed, and it does have to pass. This will help address the infiltration in the sewer system and will help to avoid backups in the future, both with the public work as well as the private work that will be done that's triggered by this transfer of property. It's important to note that when you're evaluating a sewer system in a municipality, that in terms of sewer miles, of course not sewer size, that about 50% of the sewer miles are private lateral lines. If you add up all of those sewer line lengths on a street and then you line them up, it's often just as long, if not longer, than the sewer main itself. So that is why not just the borough, but other municipalities have adopted programs similar to this.
Wonderful. So thank you, Taylor. When did this ordinance begin in Grove City?
So following the completion of that special Act 537 plan special study, the borough adopted the ordinance in August of 2023, and it went into effect January 1st of 2024. The other municipalities adopted the same ordinance with an effective date of 1/1/2024, and they adopted that between August and December. I don't have the dates offhand for all the other ones,
Yeah.
but for the borough passed it first.
Okay, great, wonderful. Thank you for that history. Can you explain the process to a homeowner? They're either thinking about selling or they are actively, selling their home. Can you explain
Yes.
what is required?
Sure. So certainly. So the borough does have a list of NASCO certified plumbers that the homeowner needs to pick from, or have a plumber that has a NASCO certification and submit that certification with their application. So the first step in that process is calling one of those NASCO plumbers, having that NASCO plumber come out, camera the sewer lateral, and then following the camera work being completed, fill out an application with the borough and submit that footage along with the application and a $40 fee to the borough. The borough will then review that footage and application and determine if the sewer line passes or fails based upon the borough standards. The borough standards are based upon the NASCO standards, and it'd be important to define NASCO, which is the National Association of Sewer Service Companies. It's a nonprofit that establishes a grading scale for pipe assessment. And it is why the borough requires not just the plumbers to have that certification, but our staff who are reviewing the video to have that certification, so that there is a objective standard for evaluating these sewer laterals and avoid as much subjectivity as possible.
Sure.
So once that lateral passes or fails, we'll let the homeowner know, and then the homeowner really has two options if the lateral fails. The two options are, of course, to have it repaired prior to selling the house. The second option is the borough does have what's called a temporary document of certification that can be issued. A temporary document of certification requires agreement between buyer and seller, and the borough does have a model agreement which sets that arrangement between the two. Then the person has to submit that failed footage with the application if they haven't done so already. And at closing, the person is responsible for escrowing the cost to repair the sewer lateral. That cost is based upon the quote from one of those plumbers that has been out there and done the evaluation. Following sale for the escrow agreement, they have 90 days to complete the work. And following completion of the work, the plumber will resubmit footage showing that the repair work has been completed along with the application. And at that point, the borough will release the funds directly to the plumber that's named in that agreement. I will note for that arrangement, it's also important for buyers to know what the grade restoration requirements are included in that contract, as the borough releases that upon evidence that the pipe has been repaired and is in good condition. The grade restoration is between the plumber and the buyer and seller in this case, since they're both involved in this transaction.
Sure.
Some plumbers will return to rough grade, and some will do more extensive grading, seeding, hay, that type of stuff.
Okay, great. Very helpful. Taylor, can you just chat a little bit with us about how a homeowner can ensure kind of the success of the project or process? This for a lot of people, they don't sell homes very often.
Sure.
And so what are some steps maybe they can take to ensure that the process goes forward smoothly and successfully?
Yeah, so certainly. And I will mention, just going back to add an addendum to the process, that the certificate is good for 3 years.
Okay, great.
So it definitely behooves a seller to start early. So if you know you're going to sell your home, to get started on that process early, because once that certificate's been issued, you have 3 years. And of course, as an agent, I'm sure you're hoping to sell your house within 3 years once it's listed.
Yes.
But in terms of strategies to best ensure that the homeowner has a smooth process, and obviously homeowners are looking for the most cost-effective process, just like any service, whether you're having an air conditioner replaced or you're having a new roof put on your home, it certainly behooves the homeowner to obtain multiple quotes to ensure that you're getting not only the best price but the best service for what's being required. Also, in evaluating sewer line repair, the borough, just within the last year or so, the borough has seen more and more homeowners electing to have their sewer lateral lined or burst, which is a less intrusive repair process. Lining, of course, has a machine that goes in there and puts a liner within the sewer itself and does not require the same extent of excavation as a more traditional approach. Bursting is similar, where the pipe is burst through the sewer lateral. Typically, you have less excavation with that process as well. So that is important to consider. And also, standard excavation can certainly be the most cost-effective depending on the situation. But looking at different ways to approach that repair, as well as looking at different providers to make that repair, and ensuring you're getting the best service and the best price, certainly is advisable.
Great. Awesome. Is there anything else you'd like to share before we sign off? I think that covers most of my questions.
I don't think so. I would just encourage to call the borough office with any questions. Of course, we are providing this administrative service not just for the borough, but for the connected municipalities. So don't hesitate to reach out with questions. We are also happy to provide any guidance in terms of once your sewer lateral inspection has been completed, any questions you have, that type of stuff, as well as you can submit failed footage, as we've talked about, and the borough will provide you a written report on why it failed, where it failed, and what needs to be repaired. So certainly don't hesitate to reach out with those kinds of requests or questions.
Great. Taylor, can you, just for the sake of efficiency, what number should people use to reach the borough? Do you have that number?
Yeah, so the borough office number is 724-458-7060, and then you'll want to speak with me, and I'm extension 105. So certainly give me a call, and we'll be happy to help you out. I will mention also, if you give me a call and there's a question that I can't answer that's more technical in nature, since our public works staff is the one that holds the license, we can always transfer you out to them, and they can provide even more guidance in terms of the technical requirements as related to pipe evaluation.
Cool. Wonderful. Thank you, Taylor.
Oh, you're welcome. Thank you.
Very informative, very helpful. So great. Well, you heard it. Taylor's happy to help. Give him a call. Call the borough office. And once again, my name's Gabe Gordon. Feel free to reach out to me if I can be of any assistance as you're thinking about selling your home. Or if you just want to start that process early before you're even ready to sell, within the first 3 years, I guess, you can reach out to Taylor and he'll help guide you through the process. If you like this video and like to see more content like it, please feel free to give it a thumbs up, like the video. Or if you'd like to get more videos like this to your inbox, feel free to subscribe to this channel. But that's all we have for today. Thanks so much for your time.